jENNA Marbles has established herself as the queen of new media, the undisputed queen of YouTube.
Okay.
But we probably don't know a couple of hidden secrets, uncommon practices, distinct ways of working that perhaps you do not realize.
Fill the room with the juice. That's a lot of loot. That bit fire. Yeah, she kinda cute.
Welcome back to the channel. You guys, I was actually gonna go to sleep. I promise I was. I really was. I went shopping and guess what I got framed? Yes, finally. But you know, honestly, I just was thinking and it was just like, do I want to just stay at home? And then something just switched off in my head, kind of like a button.
Find that button, and I don't really feel like it. That's when you push that button. That's when you go into second gear, the one that makes you put in the work despite not feeling like it. Progress is done in the days you wanted to skip. Everyone has that button in their brain. You might not have found yours yet, but it's there. You can do a lot more than you think you can. Statistically, people quit at 30% of their ability. This applies to pain, hardships, hard work, creativity, and more. You enter this second stage when you realize it's more important that you be successful than it is to watch another episode or play another round. Find that button. Push it on the days you don't feel like putting in the work, and that is how you'll make something of yourself.
Yeah, so kind of like that. And so here we are. So I'm going to show you guys what I bought from at home, and we are going to get into this reaction. I am shook by the title, The Unseen Truth of jENNA Marbles. Woo! But this was, okay, so this came out in 2019, you guys. So this is before all of the he say, she say, whatever. So if you follow me on Twitter, you know I have 8 pillows on my bed right now. And I just got another one because this one right here, I don't know what it is about Tauruses and just loving something that feels good. But I wish I could explain to you how good this actually feels. Like, think about the ones that you see when you're just walking in the grocery store and you touch it and you're like, oh, it doesn't feel that great. Think about better than that. It's just, oh my gosh, it was like $15. I'm not even gonna lie to you. And then I got some cozy cashmere candle waxing. I don't know what it is, you guys, but I'm just in love with my apartment smelling good right now. Like, that is my thing. Whatever. Oh, and then I got another mug. Oh my God, let me get this open. Okay, I got it open. Look at that. Look at that. I was like, does that just not go with my last video? Like, I can't wait to drink out of it. It is just, ooh, I'm gonna get it washed first, of course. But anyways, so that is what I got from at home. And then of course the frame to frame this. So I'm gonna put it up above my television. So we'll see how big it is. Hopefully it's long enough. If it's not, I'm gonna add 2 other things because I really want it to be like, you know what I mean, horizontal. And of course I got something to eat. And so if you don't like when people eat, you just go ahead and click out this video because let me tell you something, I am hungry today. So I got my regular apple juice like always. Get my fork. Okay, and then I got my bowl, of course. Now, let's get into this reaction because I'm ready to hear whatever this person has to say. What are you talking about? My face, I'm dead. Okay.
jENNA Marbles has established herself as the queen of new media, the undisputed queen of YouTube.
Okay.
With over 19 million subscribers, more than 3 billion views worldwide, jENNA Marbles is a huge
that's
success
a lot.
and continues to grow.
Not 3
But there's
billion.
something about the jENNA Marbles channel that you probably don't know. A couple of hidden secrets, uncommon practices, distinct ways of working that perhaps you do not realize when it comes to jENNA Marbles.
What?
The jENNA Marbles YouTube channel runs in a very different way to the majority of the other YouTube channels of her size and growth on the platform. And it's never really spoken about, it's never really acknowledged. Are these secret practices of jENNA Marbles the reason that she is so successful? It's probably worth acknowledging at this point that this isn't a negative video. I thought I'd just say that before you head down in the comments. I just kind of wanted to make it dramatic. You know, commentary and expose videos don't have to always be exposing bad things. So let me explain. So number one, Jenna Marbles does not do sponsorships.
I don't do brand deals on my main channel, ever.
Have you noticed this? If you watch a Jenna video, there's never any sponsored, never sponsored by, never any kind of affiliate links, never any promoted posts. There's none. Even though she's at a size now which gives her the...
So why are people mad again? What the heck?
Who she works with. She could probably determine the right sponsor for her audience and obviously make a lot more money from each individual video from just a simple ad read. She chooses not to do that. She doesn't add mid-rolls throughout her video. If the video is over 10 minutes long, you can add in mid-roll adverts to make more money.
Now it's automatic.
And it's a significant amount more. But the video has to be over 10 minutes, which pretty
over
much
8
every
minutes
Jenna
now.
Marbles video is. Actually, they're longer, which normally means more mid-roll ads. But she doesn't. She has an ad at the beginning, and then that's it. No mid-roll ads added by Jenna, even though the audience would probably accept them. Just as an example, let me show you a couple of print screens of the latest PewDiePie videos.
There's music.
These are all mid-roll ads added by Felix so that the video will make more money.
I don't even be doing all that.
Strange one, but
not
when
yet.
Jenna was first successful, that range and that group of YouTubers had this thing where everyone released books. Everyone was making books. Everyone has made a book. And undoubtedly Jenna would have had offers to do this, but she never did release one.
Let me release a book one time for the one time. What? Hold up. Okay. Miss Jenna. Girl, why did you leave? Do you see this?
She's very conservative with the amount of merchandise she releases, even though she's got an audience that would absorb any merch that she does release.
Right.
Because they're big fans of her content and her brand. She's not always releasing new t-shirts and new things to sell. Occasionally there has been things, but very little compared to the average YouTuber. She's not releasing constant merch. And this is one that I think the audience kind of wants. They want to be representing Jenna Marbles when they're living their everyday life. But there is not a lot of merch from Jenna in particular to choose from. She doesn't use custom thumbnails or clickbait.
I find it interesting that when you post your YouTube videos, you don't make custom thumbnails, right? You're probably the biggest creator and one of the few people who do that.
That's
I love it.
Well, because I always just let it, like, generate one, and then if there's, like, all where my eyes are closed or something's weird, I'll make one, but no, it's not, like, the title and stuff on there.
Now, this might have been frowned upon a couple of years ago, as well as sponsorship deals and maybe adding too many ads in a video. But these days, in 2019 on YouTube, all of these practices are accepted and embraced by the audience. Thumbnails are just part of what YouTube is these days. Clickbaited titles are just part of what the audience comes to expect. But in Jenna's case, the titles are literal, and there's no custom thumbnail. So let's compare these practices to one of the latest PewDiePie videos. In the description alone, you can see 2 links to 2 separate merch companies, Suki and the channel merch, and then you've got affiliate links with the PewDiePie chair, with the sponsorship link for the Elgato screen.
Only $400. What?
PewDiePie sells and runs. In the video itself, there are promotions for merchandise, and there is a
for a chair
game. It has multiple
$400
mid-roll adverts. Look at Jack's
that chair better make my butt bigger.
Okay,
like,
what?
Today's video is sponsored by NordVPN, which I use every single time I go online.
But these are things that Jenna doesn't do on her incredibly successful main channel. So why is that? Like I said earlier, there is this aspect of when she first blew up, some of these practices were frowned upon, like sponsorship deals and littering your videos with mid-rolls. And personally, I'm not a huge fan of watching a PewDiePie video that's more advert than content, but you kind of accept it these days on YouTube. Everyone is doing sponsorship deals, everyone's selling merch, everyone's got multiple mid-roll ads in their video. So I don't think that's really what it is.
You guys know that I don't do brand deals on my main channel ever because it feels like a violation of trust to me because I'm like I'm myself. You know, for me personally, it just feels like stuffing money in my pocket. It feels wrong.
Jenna's built up this trust and this relationship with her community that she values more than money. I think Jenna's a rare example of someone on YouTube in 2019 who doesn't make content to get paid. She gets paid for making content.
Just cannot relate to someone whose goals are like, I want $1 billion. Okay, well then guess what? That kind of person who has no other kind of goals other than being the biggest, the best, the most rich, that says everything I need to know about them.
Yeah,
because
right.
you are willing to do
You
all
don't
the
need all
most
that.
disgusting things.
Like,
that
it's nice to have it,
but oftentimes goes into being
you don't
that.
need
It's
it.
clear that Jenna values her relationship with the community and this trust that she's built over any monetary value that she gets out of this video. Obviously, she profits from YouTube, but she could more than double the amount that she makes in her video. She could make way more by simply adding one more advert in each video, but she chooses not to do that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying these practices are bad practices. They're just kind of what it is to be a YouTuber these days, I guess. And obviously, Jenna's making enough to have a decent living. She's got her Twitch channel, Julian makes money, and there's obviously other sources of income she gets. But it's not about the money. She could make way more money without any reaction, without any negative feedback. But she chooses not to. Her principles are stronger than her thirst for profit, which I don't think you can say about a lot of YouTubers.
Right.
Politics is a complicated thing on YouTube, and Jenna has a very strong opinion about YouTubers working with politicians.
When all these YouTubers and stuff go to the White House and they meet the president and they do all of that, I'm not saying that it's never okay or right, but I am morally opposed to it, and I always have been. And every time I get invited to do something like that, I really feel from the bottom of my fucking being that it's wrong to do that. Because I genuinely believe that they do not care who you are or what you make on YouTube or what you're doing. They want access to the millions of eyeballs that watch you, and to sell your audience on any type of political agenda, in my opinion, feels wrong and is wrong.
This isn't about
That's why I don't like talking about politics.
That she wants you to appreciate. This is a moral principle that she puts on herself. We look at people like Mark and Jack, and I love them, but their brand is nice guys. Jenna could make this her brand, and people would love it.
Yeah.
I don't do mid-rolls, I don't do sponsorships, but she doesn't promote it and talk about it. She just doesn't do it.
Just
it's a moral principle that she lives by, and it goes unnoticed and unseen by pretty much everyone.
I literally said that. I was like, she could have done this.
Good things.
And been like...
I'm sure if she did a negative thing, we would jump on it straight away.
Yeah.
You may be thinking, why bother pointing this out? And some of you may know this already, but you see, the thing is, like I said at the beginning of the video, commentary videos are often pointing out negative things and scandals and practices that are frowned upon and bad. But this is an extremely uncommon thing in 2019. She could be making way more money, but she chooses not to because of her morals and her relationship with her
Girl, come back.
This is something that is kind of unprecedented and so unique in a day where everyone is doing sponsorships. Like I said, Sally Merch, adding more adverts into a video, which is a simple click. Right. But she doesn't do it. And rather than always focusing on the different things that are negative about YouTube channels, I thought it would be a good thing to focus in and give some love to Jenna for doing something that I think is wonderful in the modern day today, where everyone is trying to make money and trying to profit. This clip kind of puts across how I think YouTube should be.
It seemed like so many people were
I think YouTube is going to change, hopefully.
Numbers and making
I really
money
hope so.
and stupid shit like that.
Go into a different direction.
And I don't know. I know that I'm not the pinnacle of health and creation and perfection here on YouTube, but I like to think that what we're doing here is we're just having a good time. I know that YouTube has become so much more business oriented in the last year or so, and it's kind of sad. I mean, it's just frustrating, and there's still a lot of great creators out there and a lot of great people with great mindsets who just seek out to entertain people, but I just want you to know that I'm not going to change my content for the sake of getting clicks and driving people here.
When you do get someone like Jenna, who runs such an amazing channel with great entertaining content, With these morals and under this philosophy, I think it should be noticed and appreciated. As far as I know, I think jENNA is probably the biggest and best example of someone this size who has been able to maintain her values and these kind of values. It's unheard of today, with people like Jake Paul and Logan Paul changing the game on YouTube, showing that you can make so much more with a couple things. Everyone's just picked it up and decided to do it. Well, almost everyone. She doesn't flaunt it. It's not discussed. These are just genuinely her values, and she appreciates and treasures and works on this relationship and trust she has with her audience. Even though we as an audience wouldn't have an issue with her changing these values, we should recognize, appreciate, and admire the fact that she does stick by them.
Amen. jENNA, girl, we miss you. Now let's get into some relatable content because we all love that.
Ad, it's me, your mom. In here, this is a prison. He's trapped in his own prison. Hidden on the couch. And by hidden, I mean I'm just gonna put it somewhere.
No, there's nobody with the name Erica working over here.
Okay, well, I'm really excited to meet my horse, so I just wanted to let you know. But I don't know if I'm gonna get him yet. I might not. So nice out. So quiet and peaceful. I'm like literally having a spiritual, mental, emotional, physical, like, hangover. I'd like to know how to bird call.
I'd like to know how to bird call.
I have school today. I might be getting a horse tomorrow, so I gotta...
I think of the wrong number.
No, it's Erica.
Erica?
Yeah, and I work there. I'm just...
But when?
At Oz.
I think you got the wrong...
I think you got the wrong...
I was on this quest, right, to become this hairless goddess.
You're breaking up a little bit.
So sorry. I'm on a quest to become a hairless goddess. How I'm supposed to work? Like, through the middle of the day? Like, I'm gonna eat food.
Girl.
I gotta be home, you know? And it just dawned on me, like, we're just slaving away, working all day, but, like, I gotta eat.
Girl, okay. And I'm really glad you just said that because that's exactly how we need to end that video because I do need to eat, all right? So, you guys, I need to eat. Let me know your thoughts. Love me some jENNA. And if you know any other unseen truths, definitely let us know down in the comment section below. If you have not entered the giveaway, I will link it somewhere over here. Go ahead and do that. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Most likely tomorrow.
Find that button.
Yeah, most likely.
Push it on the days you don't feel like putting in the work. And that is how you'll make something of yourself.
Yeah, unless something crazy happens and, like, I don't know, Jeffree Star and Rich Lux end up doing something crazy. Could you imagine? Oh my God. Please. Please. Bye-bye.